Tampa, Florida, by Mitchell Spratlin and Melissa Rosado. History. Tampa, Florida was first discovered by Ponce de Leon in 1513, but it wasn't until 1845 that Tampa started developing. Henry B. Plant built railroads and hotels in this area, which attracted a lot of visitors at the time. In 1880, phosphates were discovered, which spiked mining and shipping. This increased the wealth and growth of the area. Major trades during this time were also shrimp and cigars. During the Spanish-American War, MacDill Air Force Base was the U.S. Central Command headquarters during that time. Later on, rumors of a pirate named Jose Gaspar terrorizing Tampa Bay area during the 18th and 19th centuries led to an annual Tampa Bay festival called Gasparilla that we continue to have today. During the years of 1923 and 1926, larger settlements started making Tampa their new home. After 1960, downtown Tampa started growing dramatically due to major banks and corporations in that area. Nowadays, Tampa is a large, diverse area filled with many different cultures and backgrounds. Analysis of the structure. Tampa is home to many different architectural structures that can be seen in the downtown area and all throughout the city. Tampa has a wide range of different housing options for the citizens that live there. This includes expensive condos and houses, which are mainly located near the water, but it also includes middle to low income houses throughout the Tampa area. Homelessness in Tampa. A main structural issue that we have found in this community is homelessness. In 2017, a survey was completed which found there was roughly 1,452 homeless people in Tampa. Luckily, we have local churches such as the Salvation Army of Tampa on Florida Avenue or New Beginnings of Tampa, which is found in North Tampa, which help aid the homeless by providing shelter, food, and job programs. I believe these programs and these churches do an adequate job in helping the homelessness problem, but it is still a problem that we see today. Religious buildings. There are many different religious buildings in Tampa for religious people such as Catholics, Christians, Baptists, Muslims, Hindu, and Buddhists. Some examples of these communities are there are several Christian churches which are involved in helping with the homeless population. There are Baptist churches which help the community with shelters, home improvements, financial assistance, and spiritual guidance. Pictured left is a building that is located in downtown Tampa called the Sacred Heart Catholic Church. Roads. Some of the major roadways in the Tampa Bay area include the Gandy and Howard Franklin bridges, which are bridges that connect Tampa to Pinellas County, the Selman Expressway, which is a road that runs across South Tampa and also northwest of Tampa towards Brandon. I-275 is a highway that runs through center Tampa, which includes downtown Tampa. I-75 connects with I-275 and I-4 and runs east through Tampa. And then lastly, we have Veterans Expressway, which runs north to south on the west side of Tampa. Population. Tampa has a total population of about 399,700 people. About 12.9% of the population of Tampa is above the age of 65 years old, which in comparison to the state of Florida, which is 20.9%. The Tampa population also includes 64.9% white people, 24.2% African Americans, 0.3% American Indians, 0.1% Native Hawaiian, 4.2% Asian, and 25.7% Hispanic. Family income. A population issue that Tampa is currently dealing with is poverty. About 20% of the Tampa community lives in poverty. 28.7 thousand people in Tampa receive food stamps or government assistance of some kind. However, about 50% of the community lives in middle-class homes. Education. 11% of the Tampa community has a ninth grade or below education. 87.9% has a high school graduate, are high school graduates. 24% have some college education. 37.3% are college graduates with an associate's or bachelor's degree. And lastly, 28% has a master's or higher education. Health resources. There are different health resources located in the Tampa Bay area. There are urgent cares. An example of an urgent care is Tampa Urgent Care. Assisted living facilities, such as Colonial Assisted Living at Tampa. Long-term care facilities, such as Habana Healthcare Center. Home health care services, such as Bright Start Care Tampa. Mental health services, such as St. Joseph's Hospital Behavioral Health. Ambulatory surgical centers, such as Ambulatory Surgical Center Tampa. Hospitals, such as Tampa General Hospital. All of these facilities have very different costs and accessibility to everyone depending on their living situation. Healthy People 2020 objectives. Our three objectives include the first one of improve the health, function, and quality life of older adults. This would help the high elderly population that we have in Tampa and would benefit them a lot. Second one would be improve access to comprehensive quality healthcare services. Improving access to healthcare services can help everyone, especially including people in poverty who can't regularly access it. Lastly, increase the quality, availability, and effectiveness of educational and community-based programs designed to prevent disease and injury, improve health, and enhance quality of life.
Tampa spends nearly $10 million on their 2020 budget for solid waste and environmental management. Through our community assessment, adequate resources were noted, not only in the city of Tampa, but also in their surrounding areas. For example, Tampa's bus system, HART, are converting their buses to compressed natural gas, which is less expensive, clean, and safer than diesel-fueled vehicles. The McKay Bay Refuse to Energy facility converts the city of Tampa's 360,000 tons of municipal solid waste into enough electrical power to supply the electrical needs to up to 100,000 Tampa homes. Their recycling program provides the opportunity for the community to play an important role in the refuse to energy system. The main issues in Tampa noted in our community assessment is flooding. The most common source of flooding is caused by the rainy season and tropical storms, in addition to debris and trash in stormwater inlets or ditches. Other issues is trash in water sources and recreational areas such as the Hillsborough River. Tampa is composed of 7 districts, each represented by a council member, who are responsible for enacting ordinances and resolutions that the mayor of Tampa, currently Jane Castor, administers as chief executive officer. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, since the middle of March, beginning of April, the in-person accessibility to Tampa's government officials has been basically non-existent. However, Tampa's government officials have continued their meeting agendas virtually, whether via their own tampa.org website, Facebook page, other internet sources, and primary sources like Tampa Bay Times newspaper. There are forums and opportunities within the virtual meetings for the community to voice their concerns or opinions. The major area of concern for Tampa regarding public policy has been the shutdowns and mask mandates due to the pandemic. 6.2% of Tampa's community are currently unemployed. Many people have lost their businesses or have had to make major cuts just to make ends meet. Tampa is a great city, but even great cities have needs or problems that affect the community. During our community assessment, homelessness was the main problem noted for the city of Tampa, specifically South and Downtown Tampa. Homelessness is costly in terms of the negative impacts of human life, health, and productivity. There are nearly 1,500 homeless people ranging from families, veterans, and uncompanioned youth in Tampa area. Second, we have unemployment. Unemployment affects not only Tampa's economy, but also those who are unemployed's mental health and physical health. The current unemployment rate is 7%. The most obvious impact of unemployment is that it hurts the economy. People have no money to spend, which means they buy fewer goods and services, which make businesses less profitable. Flooding is also a concern for the community. Many roads are in need of maintenance of their stormwater drains. Flooding causes decreased access to main roads, which can be detrimental in an emergency or everyday commute. Affordable housing is also a need for the Tampa community. The average price for a one-bedroom apartment is $1,000. With 20% of Tampa's population under the poverty line, more affordable housing should be available for not only this vulnerable population, but also for middle-class families as well. The number one communicable disease affecting the community and the world at this time is COVID-19, but there are still other diseases affecting Tampa. Hepatitis A, B, C, salmonella, and lead poisoning are all within the top 10 communicable diseases of Tampa.